I'm going to do the roundels before I do the tail. So you can see I've already masked them off. So I'll spray white primer down before I go in with the colours. I just use, well, I have this display circle cutter, and it's good, but it's not. You set your measurements on there. I always find, say I'm doing a 20mm circle, if I put it on 10, the circle always comes out bigger, so I have to go back to what it is, so I waste a bit with it trying to get the right dimensions. This one is accurate, and it's a lot cheaper too. If you want a circle cutter, I can't remember, it wasn't much, I think it was only like $10 maybe, something like that. I've had it years, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't a lot. These things, anything display is bloody expensive. So yeah, I was go in, spray the prime background. I'm going to do the red and then cut another mask, put it over the red, and then spray in the blue. Yeah, I'll mix, because it's sort of it's not straight red. I mix it up, but I'll tell you later what I mix to get it, because I usually fiddle around till I'm happy with what I get. Alright, so you can see I've got the tail section masked off. I've sprayed down white, done the roundels. This one I got a bit of a chip when I was removing the mask, so you can see the white on it, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's put that one down to weathering. So for the red or red brown, I used red brown and red, mixed them together. No precise ratios, around 50-50, but might be a bit more red brown than red. And the blue, I usually use this one. It's a nice dark blue. It's H326. It's actually the Thunderbird's blue. It's FS15044. But yeah, there's blues, there's heaps of blues, but I find that one seems to be close for myself anyway. I like that one. So I've given that a gloss clear coat on the tail and wait for it to dry. And I've cut my 2mm strips, and then I'll just come in either side, put them in, and then spray in the red. There is a little, I'm not doing it, there's a, I don't know, a little, looks like a some sort of design on that one bar there on either side. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm just doing the strips. But if you wanted to, you could just mask it off and do it, but I don't. It's nothing major, it's just a tiny part of that section. Okay, tail is done. Very happy. No bleeding with the red, although I did have some, even though I had that all taped off, still managed to find its way through there, so I'm going to have to touch that back in with the blue. And by doing that, usually it's better you put down some more primer, so I'll spray some grey down before I put the blue over it, otherwise you might change the hue of that patch. So all I did was I roughly worked out what angle the instructions of the decal was, and I cut those 2mm strips, but I used to set the gap. So I started off, I put a piece of 2mm there, and then I laid down the strip that was going to be masked, and then that angle I come around the other side and just matched up to that piece of tape. Instead of using this as a spacer all the way both sides, you only need to do it on one, and then when that one was down, then so on and so forth. And of course, when you mask to paint markings and things like that, don't heavily thin your paint, otherwise you will get bleeding. So I kept it pretty, whereas normally I'd spray like maybe 70% thinners to 30% paint. It's more the other way around, or even less, maybe 80% paint to 20% thinners. Just want enough to just help that flow through the airbrush. So yeah, happy with that, except for that little overspray, but I'll tell you straight up, that's normal for me. Something goes wrong along the way. So I'll fix that up and give it the clear coat, and then I'm going to lay down Decals, which are not a lot now that I've put in those, just stencil data. A lot of it's extremely tiny, so they might, those little ones there might not even get a look in. I'll just see where they sit on the aircraft. Yeah, I don't mind doing decals in the regard of a lot of them, but yeah, sometimes if they're going to be that small, it's not really, doesn't matter if you put them on or not, no one's going to notice. Decals are done. Like I said, there's not a lot, just small stencil data. Yeah, the bigger ones were the lettering and then the serial number of the aircraft, but they went down alright. I just used Microsol. I've painted in, so I hand painted in the exhaust stacks, and then I airbrushed in some exhaust stains. So I just mixed up some colours. I mixed up Tamiya Smoke, Tamiya NATO Black, and some XF72, which is brown, Japanese Defence Force or something. I think just whatever, just make it look a dirty looking oily colour, whatever floats your boat. And the I hand painted in the exhaust stacks with this one today. Normally I use burn iron, but I just try something different. Exhaust manifold. So that's acrylic one, that one. And then I went over and diluted with water. I went over the exhaust stacks with some, I mixed some AK Smoke and what was the other one? I don't remember now. Oh, just different colours, just trying to make them look a bit older. So it's just about done. Take them off, yeah. So now it's time for a wash. So I'll just be doing the my usual, the dark dirt wash for our models, and clean it up and put on the if you pass the put on it, and she'll be done. Nice quick build. Alright, done. Sometimes it's good to do a quicker build. I find for myself it's like a bit of a reboot, something that goes together easy, although I had the issue with the short shot, but otherwise this was probably, off the top of my head, one of the best engineered Airfix kits I've ever done. Went together really good. The landing gear, the main legs, they're not even glued in. They were difficult to get inside the nacelle, but once I got them in position, they're nice and firm. They didn't need glue. Even the wheels, you could probably get away with no glue, but I wanted to make sure that the weight on wheels, the flat spot, was touching the ground, so I just put a touch of glue on the inner hubs on each one. I like the scheme. Photo reconnaissance units, Probably not the most popular colour scheme, being a monotone colour, but this one's got a bit of colour with the invasion stripes and the banded tail, something different. So yeah, I'd recommend the kit. Just hope you buy one that hasn't got a short shot. And on that, I don't know, maybe I've been back in modelling maybe 14, 15 years, maybe a bit less. I didn't keep track, but in that time I've built probably hundreds of kits, and this is probably the 6th Airfix kit now I've had short shot. Obviously, in my opinion, they have a quality control issue, or they don't have any. Interestingly, I put on Facebook when I had the issue, and I put pictures of the short shot and how I fixed it, and I was interested with the comments. One comment was, "Oh well, you got to understand, Airfix get outside party to mould their kits." Well, I'm sorry, but that's not an excuse. If someone's doing work for you, you still want quality. And the other majority comment was, "Oh, just send them an email. They got a great service department. They'll send you another sprue." Yes, they will, but I'm in Australia, and if you're in England, that's okay. You probably get the sprue within inside a week, but I'd probably have to wait 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I don't know about you, but when I open up a box and build a kit, I want to build it. I don't want to, oh, well, now I've got to put it aside for 2 months. So, yes, they actually do have a good service department because I have used it, but it's not much chop when you want to get on with it. And that should be an issue in the first place. And, yeah, maybe that's why they have a good service department, because they seem to do a lot of this. But overall, I enjoyed the build. It's a beautiful aircraft, and it was went together good. I enjoyed doing the base, something different. I think a bit of a display like that just sets the model off a bit more. It was fun to make, and it was quick to knock up, quick and easy. So yeah, so I'm going to add some still photos of it now. So hopefully, if you are going to build it, you don't get a short shot. Thank you for watching.